everybody. My name is Jared, and this is my partner Isaiah, and my partner Jake. And I remember when this project was assigned, I had no clue what to do. I've never had a project like this before. This is a really cool project. Well, I thought it was just having no boundaries at all. You could just do whatever you want. But I think that was the hardest part of this project because there was no boundaries. I'm so used to the structure and just having to pick something. So I teamed up with Jake and Isaiah, and we got together one day and we started brainstorming. And we were thinking to ourselves how can we make a project that's fun for us, but still relate to the theme of being a global citizen. So we were thinking, and then Jake came up with the idea of making football videos teaching younger kids how to catch. And me and Isaiah looked at him and we just laughed because that was a horrible idea. But then we remember looking up at the whiteboard and Miss O and Miss Eiler saying that bad ideas can turn into good ideas. So we decided to build off this idea, and we decided, well, since we all play football and we all really enjoy football, let's do something regarding football. And then we got the inspiration of, we've all been affected by cancer in our lives, so it hit us, and we're like, let's do a football tournament to raise money for cancer. So that's where we got our idea from. So I have a quick question for you guys. Raise your hand if you know someone that has cancer, a family member, friend, can be anybody. Almost everybody in the whole room. So we decided to do some research, and the statistics are insane. Just in 2015, just in the 4 months alone, there is an estimated new cases of 1,658,370 new cases of the 4 major types of cancer. That is just in 4 months. 4 months. And then the death rate, just in this 4 months, from those 4 major types of cancers are 589,430, just in 4 months of 2015 alone. Those are shocking numbers.
Alright, so in order to have our flag football game, we had to have certain things donated to us, and we had to buy certain things. So we had to have a table to have the donation center on. We had to have water for the kids to hydrate after done playing. We also had to have food so they can get their energy back from that. We had an easy up, which is kind of like a tent where you just have shade under, and which was donated by Jared's neighbors. We had chairs to sit on. We needed field, which we couldn't get from Roseville because it cost too much money, which was about $185 an hour. So from there we went to Boljon, and they said it was fine as long as we didn't have over 80 people. So from there we needed volunteers, like referees, parents to watch, and we had the pay-to-play table.
So for planning, the only hard part that we did was looking for the field. So the Roseville field, as Isaiah said, it was really expensive, and we didn't want to spend most of the money we made on the field. So we decided to do it at Boljon where it'd be free. And then we also had to find a charity to donate to because American Cancer was being kind of weird, and they'd call us back, and then we would miss it, and then we'd call them back. So then we called them back, and then we finally hooked up with them. And then we had to get volunteers too, so I called up my 2 brothers and my dad, and I'm like, can you guys ref for us? So they came out and started helping out, and then Jared's parents came out and helped us with everything.
Okay, so we all posted this on social media multiple times, just asking people who's coming, just so we could get a head count because it was bad. If we had over 80 people, Parks and Rec was going to charge us to rent Boljon's football field. So we were trying to get a head count, but nobody told us who was going. I posted 7 times and nobody ever said it. So we had no idea how this was going to turn out. But it ended up turning out really good. We ended up having 5 teams show up, and the 5 teams were Chubbs, that's up at the top right, and then we had backyard football, bench warmers, sticky fingers, and JC Bound, which was a total of 40 players. So it was actually a really, really good turnout.
Alright, so the games. For the games we had 2-minute halves, Alright, so we had 2-minute halves, which were 15 minutes, and we had 1 halftime so they can get a rest, which was also around 5 minutes. From there, every team played twice, and the team with the best record would play for the championship, and if they won, we got bragging rights, and the two teams that were on the bottom kind of played for like third and fourth place.
Okay, so it was very competitive out there, and the teams took it really seriously. Like, we had subs coming in, and it got really real. So the teams got tired after, like, especially the championship. They were all like gassed, and they could like barely run. But we were gonna have some videos up here, but a lot of it, there was a lot of trash talking, and it got kind of explicit most of the time. So we couldn't play it. So.
Okay, so the aftermath. Chubbs came in first place, undefeated. That's my team. And then we had lots of fun, and so did the players. And a lot of something that came up was kids always were asking, like, hey, like, we should do this again, or like, we should get up on the weekends and just kind of get these teams together and just like kind of keep this going, which I thought was cool. So you gave some good feedback. And also, what was cool is like, I was playing, so I didn't really notice this, but my mom said, like, people came and like showed up and donated and just watched. Like, some people just didn't even play, or some people just showed up to the event and just like donated and just left, which we thought was really cool. So we ended up making a really good amount of money. We raised $500. Our goal was to raise $100, so we surpassed our goal.
Oh, okay. So the charity, like Jake said, the charity wasn't easy to find because at first we didn't know what charity we wanted to donate to because there's a lot of charities there we were thinking to donate to as sports related. But as Jake also said, that we also have been affected by cancer, so we decided to call American Cancer Society and ask them, and they said yes.
Okay, so donating on last Thursday, Jared went to the American Cancer Society place in Sacramento and brought the $500 and donated, and he sat in the waiting room and had cookies and cake while me and Isaiah were at home. So, and he went. I know I'm talking about. So then he gave her the money, and she said that it was a very large amount for people our age to raise. So we kind of felt good about ourselves in the end, and we think our project was a success.
So for the future, so going back on what I said, how people were asking to like we should do something like that again, that was kind of our plan, because going back to something like a global citizen, going back to the statistics, those numbers aren't going to change unless we decide to help make those numbers change. Like, we both, or all three of us, since we want to have all been affected by cancer, we one day want to live in a world that's like, if you get diagnosed with cancer, you don't have to worry or stress about it. Like, you could go to the doctors, and the doctor's like, okay, like, you have cancer, but it's all good. You have a 100% chance of living. We know how to cure this. That's something we want to be a part of. So we want to make this an annual thing for the future and for other kids just to be a part of.